What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, thanks for hitting the like button for us down below. There is a massive baby formula shortage. You could see here with formula shortages at dire levels, it's time for baby stimulus checks. Offering $250 per month until the formula shortages eases, would literally save infant lives. And the problem here is that the child tax credits, which were $300 per month for children under the age of 6 and $250 per month for children ages 6 through 17, have been at least temporarily stopped. A lot of people consider solely because of Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Because remember, that passed in the House of Representatives, and then Joe Manchin kind of put the brakes on it. And this is one of the resulting issues here. And millions of children have been thrown back into poverty based on recent studies here. And, well, check this out. The price of a key item has spiked to historic levels. With supply chain issues, inflation, and factors beyond consumers' control are burning a hole in families' pockets, in some cases, putting the item out of reach entirely. With federal and state governments responding by considering a rebate check that would provide some much needed relief. This, of course, is how America is responding to high gasoline prices as well. But for parents of infants facing down a frightening baby formula shortage, crickets. Government should immediately act to send money to parents with children under the age of 1, even if they work to solve these supply problems. The only sustainable solution, of course, is restoring the domestic supply of formula. Existing shortages were worsened significantly by the February recall of Abbott nutrition products. However, any major ramp up in production will likely take months to show up. Abbott says it would take 8 to 10 weeks from getting approval to even restart their Michigan plant before cans hit shelves. And formula is critical nutrition for millions of babies today. In the meantime, though, supply in the US is low, not zeroed out, but many parents, particularly at the lower income brackets, are now priced out. And the New York Times reported that cans can be found on eBay going for $120. Wow. Wow. Who can afford that? Wow. That is just unbelievable. As with any moment of scarcity, affluent families are able to throw money at the problem, while lower income families suffer. Quote, some parents are even feeding recalled formula to their children despite the risk because it's the only age appropriate food they have available. And many stores have now begun rationing formula purchases, which hypothetically should help with access. Yet many families enrolled in WIC and SNAP are limited to a few brands, and transportation challenges make it difficult for low income parents to even reach the few stores with cans on the shelf. Yeah, and prices have jumped significantly, 20% compared to a year ago. A first response from the government should be to provide a $250 per month until the shortage eases, would literally save infant lives. There are around 3.5 million children under the age of 1 in the US compared to the pandemic stimulus checks or the gas rebate plans. This wouldn't be a bank breaker. Also, I wanted to share this information I've seen with you here. This is directly from CNN. Biden administration renews effort to get enhanced child tax credits to low income families. Check out the details here. Low income parents now have another chance to get the enhanced 2021 child tax credits without filing full tax returns. Without filing full tax returns. The Biden administration is relaunching its efforts to reach families whose incomes are so low they don't have to file taxes and direct them to an online portal where they can submit information needed to claim the credit. Eligible households can receive up to $3,600 for each child under age 6 and up to $3,000 for each one ages 6 through 17. This is interesting. The portal created by the nonprofit Code for America in collaboration with the White House and the Treasury Department reopens on Wednesday. The free tool available at childtaxcredit.gov or getctc.org is accessible on desktops or mobile devices and is in English and in Spanish. So you can go to either one of these websites. You can see them right here on the screen. So the online tool launched last fall but was not available during the tax filing season to encourage people to file full returns, which would allow them to claim other tax credits. Okay, interesting. You can see the website here, childtaxcredit.gov. Get your child tax credit. All right. More than 115,000 families used the portal to claim $440 million in tax benefits last year. About 25,000 households claimed the child tax credits, and the rest filed for stimulus checks that they had not received. Okay. Parents who received half the credit in monthly installments last year can use the tool to claim the remaining amount. Those who missed out on the monthly payments can file for the full credit by submitting simplified returns on the portal, which is expected to be available until late this year. So apparently the IRS is saying that this is a way to get the rest of your child tax credits. Because remember that if you have children, you are owed additional money. A lot of people don't realize this. Remember that the monthly payments for last year, which were $250 to $300 per child, $300 for children under the age of 6, $250 for children over the age of 6, you only got those for half the year. You're still owed payments for the other half the year, which is $1,500 for children over the age of 6 and $1,800 for children under the age of 6. The IRS had previously said you had to file a tax return to get that. And I guess the reasoning was still file a tax return because there's other credits you could get, like the EITC, also known as the adult tax credit. Okay, if you're a low income or middle low income worker, you can get thousands of dollars for that. Okay, so they say filing a tax return is still better, but this is another way to get that. If you don't want to file a tax return, maybe it's honestly just going to file a tax return for you in the background. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen this. But you can go to that website. You can just rewind the video and kind of see that, pause the video there. But basically, you're still owed $1,500 to $1,800 per child if you didn't file a 2021 tax return. Okay, so either file a 2021 tax return or go to that website and do that, because you're literally owed thousands of dollars. So I try to help out as many people as I can on this video or on these videos on this channel. That's why make sure you're subscribed to this channel or share this video with anybody you know who might be in that situation, because it's literally going to mean thousands of dollars for them per child, per child. Okay. So very important information there. Like I said, I try to help out as many people as I can. I just did a video about Social Security, the video before this. I do a lot of videos about stimulus checks, state stimulus checks, federal stimulus checks. In fact, the next video is going to be a huge video about all of those. So definitely you want to stay tuned for that next video. Like I said, I cover as many things here as I can as possible. And the video before that was about retirement funds, 401ks, all sorts of things like that here as well, and Social Security. I try to cover as many, important things here on this channel, especially when current relevant news comes up, depending on what it is. So let me know your thoughts here. There's a lot of different things going on here, on a daily basis. Um, but yeah, it's just the IRS says that there's going to potentially be millions of people that miss out on the child tax credits, the other half of it, because they simply don't file a tax return. And what's crazy is that the child tax credits are like a big thing now, but the child tax credits have actually been around for like 23 years. And people don't know that because a lot of people don't file tax returns. So remember that former President Donald Trump raised the child tax credit from $1,000 a child to $2,000 a child. You just had to file taxes to get it. Okay, you just had to file taxes to get it. So if you've had a child in the last 23 years, you probably got the child tax credits. Okay, they've just been increasing throughout the years. Even the Republicans were for the child tax credits. And remember that Mitt Romney, right now, Republican senator, he's not up for reelection, by the way. So he's not actually like trying to get reelected or anything like that. So he has a huge, massive proposal from the Republican side to raise the child tax credits or to get it passed. He added a work requirement in there because it's unlikely there will be any Republican support from any other Republicans. So he added a work requirement in there because he initially did not have that. He initially did not have that, but he added it in there with his most recent rework of it to get Republican support on there. So it looks like right now the Democrats are still going to try to pass that with maybe the new version of the Build Back Better package. The child tax credits could be in that new version of that. We really don't know the details quite yet of that. The child tax credits could be in that new version of the Build Back Better package, but well, I'll keep you updated as soon as I find out or as soon as they tell us more details about that. But if not, then they could work with the Republicans to potentially pass a standalone bill with that. A lot of that's dependent on good old Joe Manchin, you know, who's potentially maybe not so good. If you watched the video where the New York Times is exposing his maybe corruption scandal, where he's making millions of dollars on the side from his gob mine. So yeah, I've seen a lot of comments on that from that, and played that video. I didn't make that video. That was a video that was already out there. So yeah. So the New York Times doing that piece about them. There's that video about him. He's making millions of dollars from this gob mine. It's the last one in the state. And the question is he using his authority? And then there's the whole he doesn't want to pass pieces of clean energy because he wants to continue running this gob mine, which is a very, very dirty type of mine or dirty type of like a like a coal mine, um, because he's making all this money. It's just a very type of makes you kind of wonder where his priorities lie, and that's where you kind of wonder like what are these elected officials doing? What are these elected officials doing? And you got to think they're elected to work for the people. And then you got to kind of wonder, do they have the best interest of the people that they're elected for? And you got to think that they're elected to work for the people, for West Virginia, and for the United States. Because you hear Joe Manchin say, I'm elected for West Virginia, but it's not really the case, because they're working to pass bills for the entire United States. you know and when we passed that third stimulus check package, those $1,400 stimulus checks went out for the entire country. Those child tax credits went out for the entire country. That rent assistance, that mortgage assistance, that utility assistance went out for the entire country. You got to think about, that was a lot more than just like West Virginia. So you got to kind of think, when you're like a senator, when you're a representative, you're working for your state, but you're also working for the entire country. And I would actually even say that you're a lot more for the entire country, and you're like maybe 25% for your state. So like, I mean, you tell me, like, if I was a senator for West Virginia, I would almost kind of say it's like 75% you're working for the country and 25% for your state, because it's like you're like a US senator, you know? Like I would say, like, when you're passing these massive bills, it's really not like you're not like a state senator, because remember that there's state representatives too that are passing bills for the state. You're a US senator. So you're not like an individual representative just for the state. You're a United States senator. So, in my opinion, you're more represented in the country than you are representing just your state. I mean, you let me know your thoughts, but I think your focus should be more so on the country than just on the state. But I don't know, maybe Joe Manchin's more so on himself than, which is kind of crazy. I mean, and maybe that's why he has such a different opinion than the rest of his Democratic Party. Ah, you got to kind of think that he has such a different opinion than the rest of his own party. You think that they passed that last reconciliation package, the whole Democratic Party passed it in the House. They sent it over to the Senate, and then Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema kind of like got together, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a completely different idea about this." And then it's like, well, but the whole rest of your party was like, we passed this. Like, what? But it's weird, because Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema and all the Democrats passed the last package, the $1,400 stimulus checks and the rent assistance, the mortgage assistance, the utility assistance, and everything that was under that package. So it was like, what changed? Which is where it gets kind of weird. It's just like, what happened between then and now? It's just like, maybe there's some investigative journalism that needs to be done between then and now, and see, like, what happened. I don't know. You let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country. Like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here in Congress. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. It doesn't cost a penny. You just click the subscribe button, and it just makes it so you can see our new videos. After subscribing, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get notifications when we go live with new videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch our newest video next. And this video is that video about the New York Times story about Joe Manchin's scandal. If you haven't watched that yet, watch that video here. Or watch it again if you haven't. It's crazy. So click on that video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.